Hello! Welcome back to Cupcake Plays Monster Prom. I am Cupcake Quinn, whatever you want to call me. It's all good. We're going to be doing... moving my microphone a little bit closer. Make sure everything's working. Yeah. Hey, we're going to be playing some more Monster Prom. Last time, we got Polly. The ultimate. Let's go. Alright, come on. Be a visionary. What will be the big next social media craze? Bullshit. Kind of feeling bullshit today. Maybe we'll try to get Vera. A radioactive possum just bit you. What superpower do you get? The incredible power of writing fan fiction so compelling that the actual creators of the shows decide to go with my crazy ships. Rabies? Yes. Rabies. I don't know. We'll see. Partner just gave you a cool gift for your anniversary, but you totally forgot. Quick, come up with an idea for a great gift. A silly toy that makes silly noises. Anything capable of leading them to an overdose of some sorts. An abstract concept of gratefulness. A pony. Always a pony. The head of their fiercest enemy. Anything on fire. Or a weapon. No. A weapon on fire. You know, I've been saying for a while that I want to try for Liam, and I think this is going to be the Liam one. I want my hipster vampire boyfriend. I feel we'd get along. I would assume that Liam is the creativity one, but I might be wrong. Might be the smarts one. They might be the charm one, but I feel like smarts and creativity are more hipster ideals. So we'll go to the auditorium, try to get Liam. That day, while rehearsing for the class play, it's as though the muses themselves have descended to give you a figurative blowjob. Your performance is intense and inspiring. It will be remembered for generations, which is pretty rad by high school plays standards. You gain 2 creativity. You notice Damien and Liam are arguing as intensely as they are stupidly.
You're not unique! I'm fucking unique!
Ha! You wish. I am unique like a snowflake made of flash frozen tears.
Well, I'm a unique like a snowflake made of flash frozen fuck you!
I am so unique, I eat garlic with every meal.
Big deal. I'm so unique that I've got a tattoo of the baby Jesus on my ass!
Yawn. I'm so unique, I let my victims suck my blood.
Weak. I'm so unique I go to church every Sunday.
Hey, I'd do that too if I wasn't allergic.
Would not.
Would too.
Bite me, alu turd!
Don't tempt me, Mephistopheles loser. This could go on forever, and if it does, you'll never get to smooch either of them. It's up to you to put an end to this debate once and for all. She suggests they decide the issue by the number of Instagram followers. Tomb robbery contest. Instagram followers is going to be the Liam answer. I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, Instagram? What the fuck is that?
I'm going to throw out a guess here. Is that the social network? What the fuck? He spends literally every afternoon in the cafeteria just taking food pics for Instagram. He's just messing with you for the sake of winning this argument.
Oh, that explains it. Listen, outsiders like us, we don't use social networks.
We use anti-social networks. See this one? It's called Loner. I've got 0 friends on it.
Ha! Is that all? I've got -1 friends.
Well, the last image I posted got over 1,000 dislikes.
Oh yeah? Well...
You clearly solved nothing. You decide to make your escape before you're caught in some kind of indie implosion. You lose 2 creativity and 1 charm. Maybe charm is the way to go for Liam. I don't know. We want to we want to pump up our numbers, though. Definitely. Liam, Slayer, and Damien. Ooh. You just sat down to eat with Damien and Liam. Well, to eat with Damien, Liam's just taking pictures of his food when a leather-clad figure drops from the air vent onto your table. It's the Slayer! Lunchtime's over, dirtbags! Time to die! I can't remember what my voice was for her.
This always happens when we sit together.
Your debt-based rhetoric is offensive. Don't spoil my food pic.
Oh, I'll spoil more than just your food pic, Count Stankula. I'm about to spoil your face. Just his, though, right? Both of your faces. Fuck!
The Slayer is right between the three of you. You can't save Liam and Damien, but if you act fast, you might be able to save one. Immobilize Damien with the Lord's Prayer while Liam escapes. You've been waiting for this moment your whole life. Flip the table for justice. Immobilize Damien. You launch into a hearty rendition of the Our Father. You've done this loads of times. It's not that the prayer has any kind of magical effect on Damien. He just can't resist criticizing it.
Okay, first of all, he's not our father. I've got two dads, and neither one of them is a holy asshole in a stupid cloud place. And thy kingdom come? What's that supposed to mean? Are we, like, praying for the end of the world now? Oh, sure, beg him for your daily bread. What are you, in prison or something? Your omnipotent dad can't spring for better food than bread? What if you've got a gluten allergy? Do you still have to eat the daily bread? This is ridiculous!
While Damien continues to rave, Liam snaps a few more artful pics of his lunch and then carries it to another table.
Are you done? Almost! I have a whole bit about the multiple papal revisions that's really fucking vicious. Close enough. Eat holy water! You can't eat a liquid, it's
Damien has a hard time forming any more iconoclastic opinions with his flesh on fire. He flees the cafeteria, and you retreat to sit at Liam's table. Now that he's done taking pics of his food, he even lets you have some. This has been a real bonding experience. Alright. Cute hipster and Liam vampire. Let's go. Our charm is quite low, but we can't do it because there's a cat there. Let's boost our creativity. That day, while rehearsing for the class play, you can't help but feel that you're not as good as the role requires you to be. There doesn't seem to be any ordinary way of getting yourself there, but there might be an extraordinary way. You summon the devil, one of many, and create a deal to enhance your creativity just a bit. You gain 2 creativity. You also lose 3 years of your life as your end of the deal, but who cares? They weren't happening in-game anyway. You spy Vera and Liam engaged in their favorite pastime, a variation of people watching called monster judging. Do you see what she's wearing? Newsflash, lime green stripper boots do not go with chupacabra fur. At least she made a choice. I've already seen 6 people wearing the same Air Gorgon slippers. We really are the lucky ones, Liam. Most people are just absolutely hideous. But even their hideousness is mediocre. Most people are hideous, but I have yet to see one who is the most hideous. I wonder what such an abomination would even look like. True hideousness is on the inside, in your organs. A person with their organs on the outside would be the most hideous. A toned body, symmetrical face, and nice features because traditional beauty standards are hilariously mainstream. Or hideously mainstream, yes. Finally, someone understands what I've been saying all along. It's not really people who are ugly, it's society. He means that conceptually, people in general are all still kind of ugly. If everyone stopped focusing on society's beauty standards, long fangs, tight wings, thick horns, and started focusing on important things like artisanal bread and the correct bands, think of how much better we would be. Maybe then society would be as beautiful as me. Although probably not. I'm stunning. Never forget that Vera Oberlin was #1 on the Perseus pamphlet's list of the most gorgeous Gorgons. You would never forget, mostly because you didn't know in the first place. But hey, either way, you gain 2 smarts and 1 charm. We're going for Liam. Alright, Liam. We got decent money. Maybe charm is the way to go. Let's build up our charm here. That day, an epic dodgeball match takes place. Everything seems lost, but you deliver an inspirational speech that fuels your team's spirit, leading to a spectacular comeback. You're clearly a natural-born leader. You gain 2 charm. But Liam isn't paying attention to any of that. He corners you afterwards to lecture you on Instagram filters. What no one seems to understand about filters is that they're not about making the pictures even better. They're about making pictures browner and harder to see. That's why I use my own proprietary filter for almost all my photos. Infinite Taupe. It's also probably why I have only 6 Instagram followers, but we must all make sacrifices for our art. In any case, I have to go. There's a dead rat in the parking lot I simply must document. As soon as Liam's gone, Miranda peeks out of an air conditioning duct. Goodness, the situation is even more dire than I thought. If Operation Make Liam Popular Again is going to succeed, we need to get started immediately. What's that? Why yes, of course you're part of my operation. I unwillingly force people into my service all the time. Oh, you want to know why it's called Operation Make Liam Popular Again? Well, he's been alive for like centuries, right? I'm sure he must have been popular at some point. I'll check the history books later. There's no time now. Phase 1 is getting Liam more Instagram followers. I took the liberty of having my royal spies discover the password to his account so we can give it a total makeover. But what to do? Use his account to post a bunch of porn and bomb recipes. Pay 1 million homeless people to follow Liam on Instagram. You know, Miranda really likes those homeless people. That's pretty cool. Ah, yes, just as father pays millions to vote for him in our fair and democratic elections. In fact, I think I can cut my costs by paying one of father's clonesmiths to simply replicate the same 1,000 people 1,000 times. You ask Miranda if she thinks this is ethical, but she's confused as to what the meanings of ethics is, as she is about But she's as confused about the meaning of ethics as she is about fair and democratic elections. Soon the plot and the requisite clones are hatched. You run into Liam in the halls a few hours later. I am distraught. My carefully husbanded unpopularity is crumbling before my eyes. Look at all those followers. Look at their comments. Totally real account 66. I love you, Liam. Another equally real account. You're so obscure and avant-garde. The sentiments they are expressing are objectively correct. And yet, no! I cannot give in to the lure of the limelight. In spite of this, Liam seems to be enjoying himself quite a bit. You spend the rest of the day helping him curate his feed, gaining 2 charm and 1 fun in the process. Nice. Liam and Vera. You approach Liam and Vera's table to find them thoughtfully tasting several glasses of wine. This school has literally no rules, apparently. Ah, wine. That most exclusive of beverages. Even a vampire such as myself cannot resist its class and allure. Do you know a lot about wine, then? I'm having dinner with the King of France next week, and I could use some pointers. France doesn't have a king anymore. That's what the media wants you to think. So, do you know about wine or not? Alas, in my centuries of living, I have only learned how to look good holding wine. not how to evaluate it. All I know is that I'm not drinking another glass of that one. Vera points at a bottle with Polly's toilet wine written on it in a impermanent marker. What I wouldn't give for an experienced sommelier to help us judge which wine is best. You know nothing about wine, but you're pretty sure most sommeliers just make stuff up anyway. You suavely recommend the sangria. It pairs well with seafood and blood. The tannins in this robust Malbec are an elegant way to mask the taste of poison, perfect for diplomatic missions. Sangria. You know, the pronounced sweetness and citrus flavors would go well with an unholy blood meal. I've always tried to pair Pinot Noir with blood, you know, because noir means dark, like my soul. And I always avoided sangria because the little bits of fruit in it made it seem inauthentic. But I suppose the clue is in the title, isn't it? This truly is a new dawn for sanguine cuisine. Well, not dawn per se, but let's say a new dusk. Yes, a new dusk for sanguine cuisine. As someone who does not literally drink blood, I'm afraid I can't share your enthusiasm. But I do like to imagine vampires getting chunks of fruit stuck between their fangs. Liam ignores her. He's too busy gazing you over the rim of his glass. He's a little drunk, but you don't judge. Of course I'm not going to judge. Aren't we all a little drunk inside? Our charm is good. Our creativity probably could use another boost. Boldness is low, but the cat's hanging out there. Fun is also low. Let's go to the party. That day during recess, you start a half-hour rave that goes full crazy. You have no idea how it escalates so much, but at one point there are like 300 people. Someone summons demons from a nightmare dimension. The consequences might distort the fabric of reality itself, but who cares? It's a rad party. You gain 2 fun. As the party rages hard, you see one person looking less than enthused. This is rare. It depresses me. Beer pong, red solo cups. It's as though they're content to let the cliché devour them alive. Do you not shudder to see our student body turned to nothing more than zombies? Except for the literal zombies, of course. They were already zombies, but I digress. What can we do to shake things up, to bring life to this dead, and not in a good way, party? Replace all the music with a swarm of bees! Invite undead painter Jackson Pollock to splatter everyone in Dayglow Silly Putty. Let's do that. With a little help from a burnt chicken bone, a scented candle, and a bag of chips and a pentagram, undead painter Jackson Pollock is at your party in no time. Thank goodness for your Necromancy 302 class. He takes the bucket of Dayglow Silly Putty, mixes it with paint thinner and his own blood, and goes double full crazy. I bet they didn't even know who Pollock was before this. And now look at them, lining up to be splattered in his creative juices. Truly, this will be a rave for the history books. Oh, he was saying rave earlier, not rare, I apologize. And the art books as well. Historic and artistic rave, and all because of you, and an undead painter. But you'll take all the credit. You gain 2 creativity and 1 charm. We're doing good. We're getting our stats up. Week 3, morning. Alright. Well, our boldness is low, so let's go do some bold stuff. That day, you skip class and hang out in the bathrooms, because you respect no authority. I guess some people just want to watch the world burn by skipping class and hanging out in the bathrooms. You give 0 shits, but you gain 2 boldness. Afterwards, Miranda beckons you from a darkened corner. Psst, co-conspirator, over here. Phase 1 of Operation Make Liam Popular Again was an overwhelming success. Liam is internet popular. Now we just need to make him real life popular. And what better way than by making him prom king? Unfortunately, when I asked him to run for prom king, he said, and I quote, "Never, never, never, not in 100 years. And that's not an exaggeration because I've been alive for hundreds of years and I've never run for prom king, so there you go. Which was clearly his cryptic way of saying he wants us to make him prom king. My first thought was to murder the current prom king after establishing Liam as his rightful heir, but I couldn't find any bloodline charts to work from. So I suppose we must engage in this democratic election the school is holding. Now, how can we secure a win for Liam when he is opposed to running or making any effort to win? I'll dress up as Liam and give the best campaign speech anyone has ever given. Pay 1 million people to vote for Liam for prom king. Ah, of course, election rigging. Silly me, how else does one elect a king? I suppose someone as wealthy and as charismatic as you knows where to hire 1 million voters. Sure you do. Totally. You've got lots of money and connections. You tell Miranda you'll get right on that. Luckily, what you lack in money in political school, or capital, you make up for in stolen magical artifacts. You put on your robe and wizard hat, crack open a forbidden tome, and bring all the school's janitorial equipment to life. You camp out by the janitor's closet, passing out ballots to broomsticks and telling the mop buckets who to vote for. Nobody notices the fraud. Half the student body is sentient objects anyway. Soon, you all watch the prom king election forecast together, and I can't believe it. 6,000 votes for me, and 994,000 votes for a bottle of lemon-scented toilet bowl cleaner. I'd be impressed at the avant-garde taste of the student body if I wasn't so comprehensively humiliated. Damn it, nice going. Now you've got to find a tuxedo that fits a bottle of lemon-scented toilet bowl cleaner. You lose 2 charm and 1 creativity. Gosh darn it. And gosh darn it, people don't like me. Liam and Vera. You approach Liam and Vera at their table, but before you can sit down, Vera holds up a hand. Stop. This is the cool people table, where only cool people are allowed. I would agree with what Vera just said, but agreeing is something only uncool people do. Wouldn't you agree, Vera? Nice try, Liam. But I think we're getting away from the point. This interloper still wants to sit with us. Well, if they want to sit with us, they are going to have to prove they are as cool as we are. But without, trying to prove it. Trying is so uncool. So, what's it going to be? Well, I guess I'll go in then, because there's no way anyone could ever be as cool as Liam. Yes, I think so. Let me ask this. Would an uncool person be giving Vera 50 monster dollars right now? No, we're gonna be doing cool as Liam. Wait, was that sarcasm? No, of course not. Yellow was clearly being totally sincere. There it was again. Are you two doing this on purpose? Now why would we do that? Gah! I can't tell whether you're being sincere or ironic. It's so cool. Everyone knows clear and efficient communication is the least cool thing of all. You've wooed me with your open disdain for language. I can't tell if you're being serious or not. Exactly. Vera and Liam invite you to sit with them and chat. By the end of lunch, none of you has any idea what anyone else meant. So cool. Alright. Let's see here. Week 3 evening. Well, all of our stuff is equal except for smarts. Our smarts is pretty good. Oh, damn it! I didn't want to go to the cat. I'm exiting. I don't want to do the cat. Alright. Week 4. Outdoors. Let's do creativity. Auditorium. That day, while rehearsing for the class play, you aren't especially good nor inspired. For once, it seems you aren't getting the classic creativity boost from the auditorium. But afterwards, while talking to your classmates, you're having trouble conveying your point in a discussion, so you decide to convey it through music. You start to sing, and suddenly everyone else joins you in a kick-ass musical number. It's so amazing that people with whom you were arguing totally get your point and change their minds once the song is over. You gain 2 creativity. You're walking with Liam later, when suddenly a holy crossbow bolt slams into the wall next to you. It's the Slayer!
Prepare to die!
That's kind of where I'm going. She's edgy. You flee with Liam and manage to get out of sight. Now's the perfect time for you to hide while Liam turns into a bat. But he's not transforming. You ask him why the hell he's just standing there instead of changing. It's just seems a little cliche, doesn't it? A vampire turning into a bat? Honestly, I'm over it. If I could turn into, for example, the concept of a bat, now that would be a change worth making. You don't even know what that means, but if you can't get Liam to turn into something soon, he'll get you both caught. You quickly tell him to change into a hot dog stand. A general feeling of unease. Magnificent, the perfect balance of abstraction and practicality. I admit I have difficulty imagining the concept of a bat, but a general feeling of unease? Why, I experience that many times a day. Liam disappears into a poof of purple smoke. You don't know where he's gone, but you sure don't feel good about it. What's the matter? Do you have your shirt on inside out? Have all your friends just been pretending to like you? Suddenly, the Slayer bursts in. She takes one step towards you and then stops.
Why do I feel like I left my stove on in the house this morning? Oh shit!
The Slayer flees to check on her stove. Liam turns back into a vampire and you immediately feel better. Oh man, my soul has never felt so tormented. I'll have to do that more often. You hope he decides not to do it when you're not around, but you're glad he's happy. You gain 2 smarts and 1 creativity. Okay. We're spicy, we're grilled, we're good to go. Liam and Scott. As you approach your chosen table, you see Liam carefully framing his artfully arranged jelly dessert for a transcendent food pick when...
Food! O-O-D-P-I-C! Ride those picks to victory!
What? What does that even mean?
When I say food, you say pick! Food!
No.
Food!
Stop.
2, 4, picks, 8. Food do we appreciate? Food picks, go!
Cease this incessant chanting this instant!
What? But I'm trying to help you take the best food pick. You've been trying to take this food pick for like 20 minutes now. You gotta snap the pick so you can eat your tasty food.
I don't eat, Scott. I only order this food so I can take pictures of it. And you're not helping.
I know. My cheerleading just isn't good enough. What I need is a cheer partner to take me to the next level.
No, what you'll need is a swift kick in the... But it's too late. Scott's already chosen you as his cheer partner. Now it's up to you what the 2 of you will do. We've got to pick up Liam and toss him in the air. It's the only way to amp him up. Liam's food picks are art, so we've got to use art to cheer him on.
The quiet art of mime. Yes.
You lead Scott on a totally artistic, totally silent mime cheer that involves an invisible rope, an invisible dog sled, and an invisible hot dog buffet. You eventually leave Scott trapped inside a tiny box with and move with Liam to another table. Thanks for saving me from that. True food photography, or as I call it, photographie d'aliment, cannot be rushed. Are you sure he's okay over there in that tiny box? You're pretty sure he's fine. You let him out at the end of lunch and he licks your face. But most importantly, Liam tags you in his triumphant food pick. Is this for real? This game is hard. Just want you to know that. As if my multiple losses haven't proven that already. We'll go to Charm. That day, an epic dodgeball match takes place, but the match isn't as important as the human interactions within it. You're at your peak when you decide to go for the overkill and wink at one of your teammates. He's totally mesmerized. It's the most epic wink ever. Damn, you know how to win people's hearts. You gain 2 charm. Later, you see Liam scrolling through his phone. looking like the embodiment of an ennui. Hey, Yellow, what are you doing? Stalking classmates for romantic purposes and offering rather absurd advice? Magnificent! I could use some rather absurd advice. I was exchanging messages with a werewolf on this dating site, and all was going well for a time. But I've grown tired of our exchanges. He's a bit clingy, and being clingy is my 7th biggest turnoff. Right between sarcasm and literacy and actually being a pickle and not a person. The postmodern protocol dictates for me just to ghost him and never talk to him again. But that's horrible, and I would never do that to someone. You see, I'm Liam, handsomely mysterious, yet a true gentleman. But neither do I want the emotional turmoil of telling him how I really feel and having an actual conversation about it. What an ordeal. So I've settled on just sending him a bunch of emojis and then never texting him again. That should do it, right? The thing is, how can I convey this complex array of sentiments through the friendly language of emojis? This is your time to shine. Show Liam how you excel at complex sentiments so he might someday feel like sharing them with you. Maybe a croissant, school bus, shooting star, trumpet, and a crocodile. This one. Little vampire growing disinterested and overly attached werekoala emoji. Yes. Oh, that is clearly the best option. How didn't I think of it? Which version should I choose? Little vampire growing disinterested and overly attached werekoala? Or little vampire with a silly hat growing disinterested and overly attached werekoala? Maybe the silly hat is not suited for this situation. Let's go with the classic. Okay, just sent it. He texted me back. Let's see. Oh, the werekoala being understanding of the little vampire's feelings and respecting them even if a bit hurt emoji. I'm replying back with the formerly grateful and ready to move on poop emoji. Look at this. He just texted me the emoji that's waving his hand like he's saying bye, with an expression that says he's going to break all bonds, but without being resentful about it. Perfect. We solved this as a team. Cheers to us. And cheers to the creative people that have turned every complex feeling and scenario into a friendly and colorful emoji. You gain 2 charm and 1 creativity. Alright, we're spicy, we're grilled. Charm seems to be doing good for Liam. I don't think we need to worry about our smarts. Fun or boldness? Maybe money in case we need to hire more people. Creativity. That day while rehearsing for the class play, you totally forget your lines. It's terrible. But you don't let that get you down. You start improvising all your lines. And it's marvelous. Somehow it enhances the pathos of the play in unexpected ways. And that's saying something, since half of your improvisation is a rap battle against your inner fears. You gain 2 creativity. You see Liam staring at his cell phone, sighing deeply. Maybe one of his favorite bands signed to a mainstream record label, or the exact shirt he's wearing is featured on a magazine cover. You decide to check with him. You know Start Kicker? That vile website where people crowdfund projects not good enough to get real investors? Wow, thanks Liam. Do you not know why you exist? Well, today I found something of some interest. A time machine. I mean, it's clearly another terrible overpromise that will be released at least a decade after the due date. And in the end, will be way shittier than promised, like a toaster attached to a clock. A toaster attached to a clock? Genius! You discreetly write that down in your idea in your $1,000,000 notebook. Let's see if you can beat those guys to market. But I was sighing deeply because I couldn't help but think, supposing I were to acquire such a machine, I wonder, where in time would I go? 3.85 billion BC, so you can be into existing before it was cool. Everyone knows the dopest time in monster history was 1925, specifically July 26th, 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. That's probably a reference that I don't get, but I'm going to go to 3.85 billion BC. Yes, of course. The ultimate coolness. I would be ahead of the curve, because there would be no curve yet. Wearing suspenders and a bow tie? No one's done that yet because no one else exists. Breathing here? So cliche. Breathing in 3.85 billion BC? Revolutionary. Never done before. Best of all, no one will criticize my vintage eyeglasses collection because there won't be anyone. Liam immediately funnels all of his money into the time machine project. For the sake of your budding romance, you hope the creators never ship. In the meantime, you gain 2 smarts and 1 creativity. Our smarts are through the roof. We're raising our stats up. We're doing pretty good here. Scott and Liam. You take your seat between the strongest and smartest men you know. Is Liam smarts? Liam might be smarts. Liam appears to be taking a very intense picture of some bizarre-looking food. Scott is looking about as confused as you are currently. But Liam, food is delicious. It's for eating. That's why they call it lunchtime. Neither of those statements is wrong, but they also aren't quite connected. Scott, if I had the capacity to eat, I assure you, I would still ignore the actual content of the food in favor of finding the perfect combination for a flawless Instagram post. Oh, I see. You're going to post a picture to advertise the food and to the people who actually can eat it. You're so smart. I'll be happy to eat your food for you. I'm afraid your palate is way too unsophisticated to appreciate these rare Japanese delicacies. Oh, they're Japanese? Do you have any Scott snacks? Scott snack? You know what? Fine. I've taken all the pictures I need. Eat whatever you want. Thanks, Leon. Ugh, they all look yummy. I don't know where to start. Yellow, any ideas? Maybe your choice of a snack will get one of these boys to snack on you. In an innuendo way, not literally. Obviously, the lychee-flavored custard with a side of tofu and a drizzle of raspberry extract is the most superior food on the plate. Go for the brightly colored bag of meat biscuits that somehow has an anime drawing of Scott's face on it that says Scott Snacks. The lychee-flavored fruit custard. Oh, yellow, I always knew you were a monster of impeccable taste. Actually, that isn't true. I assume everyone has horrible taste and a useless aesthetic. But in this case, it's pretty clear that this assumption does not apply to your beautiful self. Did I say beautiful? I meant your aesthetic is beautiful. Because we have the same aesthetic. The lychee custard picture has already gotten more likes than any other food on this table. And it's absolutely delicious! How could the way it tastes possibly have any relevance to a conversation about food? Liam, you're so smart that I don't even understand how that makes any kind of sense. Thank you for being someone with whom I can actually discuss the important nuance of Japanese food pictures. It appears to be you and me against a very ignorant world. Oh, I think we're spicy. I think we're grilled. I think we are good to go. Let's go. Yeah, stupid everyone else for actually eating their food and not taking pictures. Thank goodness you and Liam have each other. XOXO. Aw. Romance. Alright. Let's see. Where are we at? Library. It's one of these three. I'm gonna go boldness. That day you skip class and just hang out in the bathrooms because you respect no authority. But don't stop there. You want the world to know how reckless you are for all the rest of eternity. So you do some graffiti on the wall. No way! The graffiti says, I'm bold as fuck! And you know what? It turns out the wall is a magical wall that grants wishes. What a wall! A deep voice resounds from within the wall and says, well, Not bold as fuck, but maybe a bit bold. And then you gain 2 boldness. Oh boy, that's an opinionated wall. Lucky you. Later, you see Liam rolling his eyes at his phone. You ask him what's up before he can roll them right out of his head. I'm having trouble with my status on Facebook. I expressed a positive opinion about bug manicures, which I obviously meant ironically. And now my so-called friends are responding with blatantly unironic pictures of themselves with centipedes glued to their nails. I know being aloof and misunderstood is my brand, but I want to be misunderstood on my terms, not theirs. What kind of status could I post that would be idiot-proof? Flat out post that everyone currently reading this status is an idiot. Vague blog. Vague blog for your life! If there's one thing idiots don't understand, it's their own idiocy. If I post a status like that, it'll be the one time everyone takes it ironically. They'll all use the mwahaha react button. And the wings up of approval. Ugh, never mind. Open and honest communication online. You're the idiot. You lose 3 smarts. Frick! That's not good. That's actually really bad. I think we should do smarts for the class. I think we should go to class. That day you listen to your elders and learn valuable lessons. Sometimes, after all the monster nonsense and dating gimmicks, you forget that attending class was supposed to be the primary activity at this high school. You gain 2 smarts. Later, you're sleeping peacefully until a noise wakes you up. The source of the noise seems to be Liam, whose face is the unloving embodiment of disgust itself. Oh boy, a taste on vampire weaknesses. How unoriginal, or how original. Please list all known weaknesses of a vampire. You know, it's pretty problematic to teach everybody at school all the known ways to kill one specific minority. I don't mind that though. As a brooding outcast, I'm already accustomed to the racism and harassment of my peers. What I do mind is how played out everybody's answers are going to be. Steaks, garlic, the sun, Van Helsing called. He wants these cliches. I've got a good answer though. It's pretty obscure. You've probably never heard of it. Bet you can't even guess what it is. Ooh, a challenge. You give him your best guess. Global thermal nuclear war. Harmonic music. Me? Weak against harmonica music? How ridiculous. And yet, I must confess, I find it rather charming that you've mistaken my fine musical taste for a vampiric curse. In fact, most of my supposed vampire weaknesses are simply a matter of taste. Crucifixes in holy water? I'm simply not a fan of organized religion. Garlic? Only if it's not organic and locally sourced. And it's not that a stake through the heart will necessarily kill me. It's just that most steaks aren't made with reclaimed lumber, which is terribly wasteful. I must confess to one weakness, however. A weakness for you. Aww! Liam spends half the afternoon ironically listening to you harmonic music with you to prove that he's not allergic. You gain 2 creativity and 1 fun. Aww, that's so cute. He has a weakness for me. That's so cute. Oh my gosh, I love it. Liam and Vera, you take your seat beside arguably the 2 coolest monsters in all of Spooky High. Here's hoping you can keep up with them. Vera, are you eating manticore steaks again? Yes, and it's delicious. Don't you know the amount of cruelty involved in mainstream meat production industry? Yes, and it's delicious. Besides, Liam, you're a vampire. Don't you only consume things that are dead? Well, yes, I suppose, but it's always ethically sourced, organic, free-ranged, and human. The human population is out of control, and eating them is the most environmentally responsible thing to do. Listen, Liam, I happen to have a personal feud with every single animal I eat. I make sure to meet them all first and ensure that I'm devouring only the ones I hate the most. It makes it extra tasty. Well, then surely you can inflict such pain without going through the cruel meat industry and supporting factory farming. Isn't home cruelty better anyway? You may actually have a point there. If I get my hand in the pot, I can inflict even more effective and specific pain. I bet there's a way to make money off this too. Hang on. Somehow I've ended up arguing against my own interests here. Liam, do you want to find innovative and creative ways to move society forward? Or do you want to oppose this cruelty like every other weak mainstream loser? You can actually hear Liam's brain shaking as he struggles between his desire to be perceived as ethical and his desire to be perceived as creative. Maybe you can step in and help him out. The animals you kill may want to lose their lives, but what about the afterlives? That's the Vera answer. You sell them and serve them as an eternal side dish. Liam, animals are already suffering from ignorance. If Vera wanted to increase their pain, the best we can do is teach them the concept of death so they really fear their fate. Let's educate cattle on metaphysics. Well, I can't condone animal cruelty, but I wholeheartedly support animal education. I do like animals, but their illiteracy is my fourth least favorite thing about them. Right between their poor taste in fashion and the simplistic views on German cinema. It's not the worst idea you've ever had. Although, face it, Yellow, you are known for having pretty terrible ideas about 50% of the time. I really don't see building an empire out of private schools for cattle, but with my business acumen, I guess it's possible. And I can rest secure in the knowledge that I'm solving the bovine education crisis. Helping Liam help cows is like helping you help Liam choose you to go to prom with him. Or something. I think we're pretty good. I think we're gonna get Liam this time. Now, I'm gonna tell you a secret. The reason I'm so good at wooing Liam is because I'm a fucking hipster, dude. Alright. That day, the teacher is just tired of teaching, so she recurs to the classic technique of not giving a shit and putting on some kind of historical TV show for you to watch. What you don't expect is that it's super effective. God bless the golden era of television. The TV show is compelling thanks to the ridiculous amount of nudity and bloodshed, but at the same time, you can actually learn a lot about history. You gain 2 smarts. Lately, you've been being cute with Liam, but in an ironic sense. And he seems to tolerate you, which is like the third base for Liam. So tonight, you're having a picnic out at the graveyard. It's like a date, except it totally isn't a date, because dates are super cliche. But it's totally a date. It's time! You're gonna kiss him. You've practiced a lot with your pillow, which might or might not be a body pillow customized with a real-size, full-body picture of Liam. Maybe. Here you go. You know what, Yellow? I've been thinking about the concept of kissing. And not because being with you makes me think about kissing. But don't you think kissing is an outdated and vulgar concept? Your best way of showing your feelings is by putting your mouth over another person's mouth? But you wanted to put your mouth over his mouth, god damn it! Come on, Yellow, prom is just around the corner. Quickly, think of a never-before-seen way of showing your feelings to Liam. Don't show your feelings. Instead, sing your feelings. Being figurative is for cowards. Real ones are always literal. No, see, because he's a hipster. He won't like literal answers, so we sing our feelings. You burst into a very charming song. It's so charming that the people around you all join in, and they all appear to be professional singers. From the ravens in the dead trees to the people visiting the graves of their loved ones. Just, wow. I thought showing your feelings was cheesy, but this is so cheesy that it's kind of cool. The caretaker of the graveyard comes to kick you out for making a ruckus, and then you start a second song and the keeper can't help but join in too. What's this? You can control minds by just singing? I must admit that's quite impressive. To test your ability, Liam makes you sing many more songs. You suspect he has ulterior motives, like maybe enjoying them. This realization gives you +2 fun and +1 charm. Look at those stats, baby! They're so good. None of them. Oh, you can ask none. I never realized you could ask none of them to prom. I'm stupid. Liam. Yes. You finally pluck up the courage and ask your beloved to go to Monster Prom with you. Prom? That's so kitsch and cliche. that it's actually hip. Yeah, let's go to prom together. What a retro thing to do, right? I can wear a tuxedo now. It's going to be wonderful, but in an ironic way. You and Liam spend the rest of the night discussing obscure 70s TV shows and Hungarian literature. You both laughed a lot, and for once Liam seemed to be genuinely enjoying himself without the need for posing or judging other people. You noticed his hand gently touching yours, and you know Liam well enough to know that it wasn't accidental. Maybe falling in love isn't for posers after all. We did it! So there's 34 secret endings. That's kind of crazy to me. We are the most likely to be Razgard, the space goddess of illusion in disguise. Liam's quote, I'm over 400. This was long due. We got love. We got Liam. Those 6 weeks were maybe the most epic and absurd weeks of our lives. After the Monster Prom, we kept on living our lives, falling in love, battling for friendship, and learning about who we were and who we could be. And you know what? Like it always does, life happened, and it was wonderful. Liam kept doing art so hard that he eventually evaporated and became the concept of coolness itself. As he left the physical plane, the last thing Liam did was give everyone a condescending look. Miranda started a non-profit to help countries without a monarchy, because all countries should have the right to be graciously ruled by the Mer Kingdom. Vera realized she was a character in a video game, which infuriated her. She spent her life making connections and building power because she's not a part of the game, she plays the game. So be careful. Maybe now she's the one pulling your strings. For those 6 weeks, the Monster Prom seemed larger than life, and then it was gone, just like that. The battle for Monster Prom might have ended then, but there were plenty battles left in that war called youth. But once again, we were young and unafraid, and we were ready to start. Beautiful! Very, very spiced. Very good. We did so good. We got Liam. We've got three prom dates. I'm so proud of me. Well, thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy it, I would appreciate it if you click the like button and the subscribe button. Those cost you virtually nothing. They help me out, make me feel good, so just do it, eh? Comments always help me out. They always tell me what I'm doing better, what I'm doing wrong, whatever. So, with all that said, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye!